Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2. Last we left off, we met with Counselor Anderson and the rest of the Council. And I've never been so pissed off at a Turian in my life than the, "Ah yes, Reapers, we have dismissed that claim." God damn idiots. Alright, let's resume talking with Anderson.
Something I can do for you, Shepard?
Let's catch up with him, because obviously so 2 years have passed.
How long did it take to get this place back up to speed after the battle?
Still counting. The main areas of commerce and the most populated wards are complete. But estimates for total restoration are sitting around 5 years. The Keepers always surprise us, though. It's like our repairs are annoying. We'll put up an ugly new bulkhead, and in a few days, they've made it seamless. We never really thought of them as heavy lifters, and I have no idea where they get the resources. But we'd never get done without them.
Huh.
I'm surprised no one can tell Sovereign isn't Geth technology. Didn't they examine the wreckage?
We don't have much to look at. Pieces of it rained all over the station. It was chaos, with who knows how many species combing the wards for their dead. We secured as much of it as we could. But between the Keepers and a whole lot of unauthorized salvage, there's no way to account for even half of that thing. Another reason why they don't want to acknowledge what Sovereign was.
Yeah, that is kind of creepy.
Last I knew, we were still fighting holdouts.
Here and there. But they are increasingly disorganized. It's long since stopped being called a war. More like cleanup. Not that you can ever discount them. But we haven't had serious casualties for months. A civilian ship will spot an enclave and we send in a squad to clear it. They're not quite the boogeymen they used to be.
And it's interesting because that fits in with what we know about the Geth. Given that they have a sort of hive mind mentality where they literally have a collective intelligence, the more of them that you wipe out, the less intelligent and organized they'll be. Plus, we did destroy Sovereign, which was what was really directing them. Ah, and of course what we really want to ask about. Kaidan.
What happened to Staff Lieutenant Alenko after the Normandy was destroyed?
Staff Commander Alenko is still with the Alliance. But he's working on a special mission. It's classified. I can't say any more. Not while you're working with Cerberus, I'm sorry.
Frustrating, but understandable.
How have the last couple years treated you?
Serving on the Council isn't how I plan to spend my twilight years. Sometimes it feels like I'm just beating my head against a wall. Knowing the truth about Sovereign is brutal. It's nightmare stuff. I can't blame others for not wanting to believe it, but I know how important it is. So I keep trying. Fighting the good fight, right?
Yeah, you should come with me.
Forget Udina and the Council. Join my crew and help me stop the Collectors.
I'm too old to go racing across the galaxy. Much as I complain, I've got an important job to do here. The Frontline. That's got to be yours.
Oh.
I better go.
My door is always open.
Thank you, Anderson. It's good to know that I have at least one ally in this place. Because you gotta believe that, Udina certainly isn't going to be an ally anytime soon. Any galactic news I should know
The
about?
attack on the human colony of Freedom's Progress has generated a swift but confused response. Aid vessels have been sent, but it is not clear whether there are survivors. The Council offered its sympathy, but regretted that it could not become involved in a purely human matter.
Uh-huh. No, there were no survivors. Request a new squad member. Well, I would love to request certain squad members, but we don't have them yet. So, let's return to the Normandy. There's always going to be more to do around the Citadel. So you do want to check back there periodically. Come on, game. You can do it. go.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Oh, I have I? So, let's see. Oh, from Sameshbatia. Commander Shepard. Mr. Odina offered to pass on a message for me. I wish to again express my thanks for your assistance in retrieving my wife's body. While nothing can ever banish the pain of losing Nirali, being able to see that her body was treated properly helped me more than you can imagine. I have opened the restaurant that my wife always wished to start back on Earth. Nirali's picture hangs on the wall, and Alliance soldiers eat for free. It is the least I can do to honor the courage for which you both and my wife have served humanity. Sincerely, Samesh Bhatia. And, okay. It is good to hear back from them. Alright. So, every once in a while, you'll want to check in with your crew members. Oh, also, weapons locker, you can change your loadout here. I think you can also choose it for the rest of your squad.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
Well?
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk. And you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Really?
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
You know what they've done.
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
Well.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Very formal.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
Yeah, you really can't turn off the flirty sound to her tone. I think some of it got a little bit miscoded. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, she always sounds like that when she's talking with Jacob. I just want to talk for a little bit.
How we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
Well, we don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
Well, that's good.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
And no, you really, well, he's always going to be pretty...
No messages for you, Commander.
Thanks. Rigid in the way that he conducts himself. He does loosen up a little bit depending on, well, how much you talk with him and how much you do for him. Let's go check with pretty much our only other crew member at the moment. Oh, well, no, that's not true. Because I did get a certain someone a certain gift.
How may I help you, Commander?
I have a present for you, Doc.
Sarah's ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here, right now, you and me?
Sure.
You crack open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same enthusiasm.
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Joker will always have Vrolik syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly it's true.
Treating Joker gives you a kind of stability.
So does this ship, even if it's a copy. Or, hell, maybe it's you, Shepard. Our immovable center. A place for a person to stop and catch her breath. Or maybe I'm just happily drunk. Would it hurt if it was simple like that for once?
To the people we care for.
May we never take them for granted.
And I believe after this, Shepard is actually pretty... Yeah, she's a little squiffed. You can... I don't know if you can see, but there are some slight wobbliness with the camera angles here. Woo. And yeah, Chakwas has decided to go lie down for a little bit. Woo. Okay. Yep. Shepard is pleasantly squiffed.
Commander, those provisions you provided were perfect. I owe you. I've already thrown together some of my calamari gumbo. Here, try a bite.
Sure. I'm drunk enough to try anything.
Truth told, it's based on an Asari recipe. Seems a little cannibalistic to me with their tentacle heads and all, but they ain't no good grub. Anyway, thanks again. You really came through.
Yep. Aw, and the wobbliness has already faded. Did she just put her knee through the door? Well, anyway.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
And that's basically the game's way of telling you...
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
When someone is not... really doesn't have anything else to say. In her case, it's there's a lot of work. And Jacob, well, he doesn't like having to force these big talks. One more quick stop down in engineering. Hold spacebar to sprint. Thank you, I'll keep that in mind when there's a loading screen. Eh. She's still drunk, that's why she went into a wall. Wasn't me. It's her fault.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Alright.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
Alright, no banter with these guys yet. Okay. That's really all I want to do here. So back to the CIC. Oh. One thing I do prefer about Mass Effect 3... Okay, there are plenty of things that I prefer about Mass Effect 3, but one of them is the sprint feature does not tire you out, and you do not have to stop after just a few seconds.
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Alright, he doesn't have anything else to add right now either. Okay. So now is where the adventure begins. I mean, okay, so we've been on an adventure already, but now that we've taken care of some of the other background stuff, including making the visit to the Citadel and all of that stuff, let's get out of here. Alright, so, again, the center for that's... okay. For where we're really supposed to go first is Omega. There are actually several quests here just to take care of, and the Omega-4 relay is again going to be very central to the plot later. But before we go to Omega, I'm going to show you the scanning feature for this game. Because you remember in Mass Effect 1, you actually went down to all of the planets themselves, and, well, you explored and you found details, you had little mini-quests that you could take care of, and you found resources. Well, you mostly want to just be looking for resources in this game. The way that you do that is this scanning feature, which allows you to send probes out to the planet and collect the resources that you need. As it says, hold the right mouse to scan for minerals. So you hold that, and you watch on the screen. You notice how there's, I can't actually point it out, but you'll see different levels of each different type. There are 4 columns there, and each one it represents in order from left to right element 0, iridium, platinum, and palladium. Right around here, there seems to be an abundance of both the iridium and the palladium. So I'm going to send a probe by clicking the left mouse, which is the helpful little tutorial there just popped up for us.
Launching probe. In research projects, iridium is used to upgrade heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
Looks like there's another pocket of it right there. And you start off with 30 probes. And this actually, it's a little bit more tedious. It obviously looks quite a bit tedious, and not everyone was happy with this particular feature with this game. But I like it well enough. And you want to narrow it down till you get the highest possible spike of material, of any particular material, before launching your probe.
In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
Now this is a pretty high spike of palladium.
Launching probe. In research projects, palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
Nice. So Edie gives you a little bit of background on the usefulness of each of these items. Now, element 0 is actually the rarest resource to actually find.
Probe away.
But it's also, you also don't need as much of it, so that kind of works out too. And you do want to actually kind of take a look at each of the planets anyway. If anything, for completionist's sake, you know, because it shows right now, Sarabarik rather, I've explored 60% of it. Same thing here, start the scanner, and then just follow wherever there seems to be a bit of a spike in any particular element. This is a rather large spike of platinum.
Launching probe.
But fortunately, I found myself pretty well set up from having my import. You know, the import that I had gave me a bit of a bonus, so that worked out quite nicely. So I don't have to do nearly as much of this as I would say in a pretty standard import.
Launching probe.
And a bit of a spike here.
Probe away.
And for the most part, I'm probably going to do a lot of the scanning off camera, so you don't have to sit here and watch me do every single one. If there's something, like for example, if there's a mission, I'll actually obviously show that, but for things that are just a planet to scan, I'll do it off screen. For example, I've come to the end of this installment of Let's Play Mass Effect 2, so I will explore this planet in between videos, and make sure that I get whatever resources I can there. But I hope to see you next time where I finally go to Omega. Hope to see you then.